Hello and welcome
Hello.
to
Mood.
So, Mood is a podcast.
Yes.
So we're going to be discussing music.
Online.
Open.
Discussion.
Mood. Get it?
Wow.
Sound like I said
We're
mood.
so smart.
Clever. Along with it.
And I guess with this we want to create like an...
Oh.
Why did you interrupt me?
No, but shouldn't we say our names and then say what?
Yeah,
'cause
let's
it's
say
a
our-
bit random if we're just saying,
Yeah,
hey,
true.
we're going to talk about this, like, who are
By
you
the way, we're
guys?
keeping this in.
Okay.
By the way, my name's Jasmine.
And I'm Jules.
I'm
Um,
Ant. Yeah. Oh, sorry,
Oh,
didn't
way
mean
to
to
cut
interrupt.
interrupt me. I'm Saxon. I guess I'm just the...
No one asked. Okay. But we're all uni students and this is going to be...
We love you.
We're on year 2, hey.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
too.
Except I'm a year older than you all, so...
We're all second years
You're right,
doing
Raven.
communication and media.
Yeah, and this is just going to be a podcast at... Can you not? Like, we're in something over here.
Sorry, I was popular.
So this will just be a podcast talking about music, obviously, as you can tell, and anything that relates to music. So for today's episode, we have
We
decided...
just want a bit of an introduction.
Yeah.
Just to tell you guys a bit about
Who we are.
how
Yeah.
we found our music taste, what our music taste even
Our
is.
genre.
If it genres even exists
I was
anymore.
gonna say, if we
Yeah.
exist.
I love rap.
Okay, so we're getting right... Okay, let's start with Saxon. So,
Here we go.
Saxon, let me ask you a question.
Voice
we-
that's red.
Should we start off with maybe a top artist or album
Oh,
or
no, I
song?
don't have
You
one.
don't
No,
have
that's
one?
too hard.
I
Let's
don't
just
have
say
one.
how we got into the specific...
That's
like,
for next podcast.
niche, the niche that we've got into, or the genre, and like, like, cause you know, like when you hear your friends' music, it might be different, it might be the same.
Shit.
So what do you listen to? Saxon, you can
We're
start.
starting off with Saxon.
So, in a broad sense, pop, but
What does pop mean?
Yeah,
that's the
define-
thing.
define
That's the
pop
thing. Because
for
Yeah.
you.
like pop's weird.
Pop's
because,
very broad.
Yeah, it's very broad because like when you think of like, for example, rock, and you put it in your head, you know exactly what rock sounds like. But when you think of pop,
And
it's
there's
like
so many different
it's so many
layers.
different things
And
to
what
it.
pop actually,
And, like-
how it started off.
It's literally just anything.
Yeah,
pop-
and like the
popular.
amount of times
Popular.
like someone's like, oh, like I love this artist, and then I listen to them, like, oh, it's sick. And it's like, but then like when you look at like Wiki or like you look at like their personal page, on all their music's under pop, it's like
Yeah.
that's not what
I feel like it's just the
expected.
universal genre.
Also,
yeah.
I feel like there can be lots of negative
connotations.
Yeah.
towards
Ooh,
pop
we're whipping
as
out
well.
the big
no.
words.
As
Like and
As
a great
if pop is
and a-
like not cool because everyone likes
Oh,
it.
exactly.
But
And
we
it's-
all like some
Oh,
form of
100%.
pop, you
Yeah.
know?
Remember people didn't like Ariana Grande, and now everyone's like, I fucking love Ariana Grande.
Still
It's
can't
like,
relate, but okay.
well, you're wrong, so shut the fuck up.
So, what are some specific artists that you could say have really become your favorites?
In general, I have my 3. Probably one's Troye Sivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tattoo
Love
of
him.
Love.
Look at me.
We can
See,
explain
no one
that.
can see it though. But
Oh yeah, so it says Ease, which is one of Troye Sivan's songs.
Nice.
So I got this last year, maybe last year, yeah. And I just got it because it just meant a lot to me during the time I was going through a rough time in my life, and that song was like my little favorite
Shout
song.
out to Troy.
Love that
Yeah,
music.
Troy.
If you're listening.
You're a part of my Instagram DMs. Fuck, it's been 2 years.
Famous.
Which I'm actually seeing him in September. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
just-
isn't he touring?
Oh, he is touring. I'm seeing. I think I'm seeing him on the 20th.
Is it the Bloom tour?
Yeah.
So cool.
There's so many gays there. Anyway,
We love that
So
for
yeah,
you.
so Troy is one of them.
Troy's one of them. Ariana Grande is definitely a second one. I've been with her since Dangerous Woman, so
Yeah.
you know I was here for. It's cool. And probably like
So we'll go with like top 3. Hey?
Top
so
3.
we've got
Yeah.
them 2.
it's very like it always changes, but right now definitely Taylor Swift, which I know is like it's like very
It's kind of like controversial. at the
controversial,
moment, isn't it?
which it really like she's a like
You can still respect her even
Oh,
if you don't.
100%.
I feel like even if you don't personally like her music, you can respect how far she's
Oh,
It's like with any
yeah.
artist.
with any artist. Like,
And, like-
yeah, I feel like in this podcast as well, as much as like I probably wouldn't listen to Taylor Swift, I can again
Still
still
talk
agree,
about
yeah.
her,
And
respect
I
talk
think-
about her,
and
respect
I
her, and
think-
listen to her. I actually, my first ever concert was a Taylor Swift
Swift
concert.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it's just like a staple. And I think like with her as well, a lot of people just listen to the singles. Like so,
Yeah,
for
okay.
example, the latest album, Lover, it was Me, which is a shit song. Need to Calm
Sorry,
Down.
Tay-Tay.
Need to Calm Down, which is also equally not her best work.
Yeah.
And third, The Archer, which is actually a good song. But then I listened to the actual album, and it's a awesome
Yeah.
album.
And I
and it
think
just
that
sucks.
it's
That
better when you
happens a
listen.
lot, I find.
Well, it's because it generates. It's her last album, Reputation, had that like Look What You Made Me Do, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
which was like very like people liked, people didn't. But then it did the job because that music video clip got like an insane
Yeah,
amount of
she
views.
still got the interactions that she
Yeah.
was hoping for.
Yeah.
100%. That's why like obviously
But I
like
think what you're saying that actually happens a lot though.
Yeah.
People will judge the whole artist or the whole album off just the singles, but won't listen to the whole album.
Because it's
Yeah.
like a package.
yeah.
You have to open it up and
Yeah.
listen and look
Whoa,
at the
that
whole
was
thing.
Look at it
deep.
all.
Metaphorical.
And like for example, like Me was with Brendan Urie, so that's just like everyone loves Panic at Disco. Brendan Urie's Hot Topics that generates.
So that's interesting
Yeah.
because you can
And
get
then
that audience.
You Need to Calm Down was like the whole LGBTQ thingy with Katy Perry, and they made up, which is a whole other can of worms. Which is anyway, I think she's I think it's good, but she's supporting that, but also like. I think it's a little bit of what it is. Just like, look at me, like I love the gays, but like. But then another example was like Reputation. That album was the lead single for that was terrible, but that entire album, I fucking love that album. It's actually such a good album, but no one really listened to it because
Is that a swear? I mean, it's kind of too late, isn't it?
yeah, it's a bit too.
Warning,
Alright,
language
sorry.
warning.
Language warning.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Mum.
We should probably like copy this part and put it in the start.
Yeah.
Language
Sorry.
warning. Sorry, everyone.
Alright,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
so
that's-
those are your top three.
That's pretty much top at the moment.
Yeah.
But I definitely have.
How about you, Jasmine? Yeah.
Okay, so,
Well, so before we say your top artist, like how did you get into the genre? And
that's
what
the
genre
thing.
do you
Okay, so
like?
first of all, I'm not actually specifically into like
A genre.
no specific artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more about like whatever I enjoy or relate to, then I listen to that.
Yeah.
Depending like
That's cool.
yeah, it's really open to anything. But
Yeah.
Such a
so
quirky gal.
yeah, no.
So you should be. I think.
Because then
putting a
you
genre
learn to
on
respect more
Putting a
music
genre
as well.
on something can close it off. a bit
Yeah.
too.
That's why I think, especially with us four,
Yeah.
because we do have a variety of tastes and everything, it's good because anyone can really have an input
Yeah.
without discussion, hopefully.
Yeah.
But no, so the way I kind of got into the music that I do listen to, it's a little bit more like alternative, chill, but also pop.
Yeah.
My best friend took me to my first festival, and that
What
like
was it?
listen out last year changed my life.
I am forever changed.
Forever changed. Now I've become an absolute fiend for a fezzy
Yeah.
and go to any one that I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much where all my money goes these days.
Love
I get
it.
paid, and then there's like hundreds of dollars
But,
gone
you know,
towards festival tickets.
It's worth the
It's
experience.
experience.
It's definitely worth the
I feel like
experience.
I used to be such like into it, and then like for 18 and 19, I was like, yeah, busies, and now I haven't.
We get it. You're old.
I
Like,
haven't. Yeah, I'm so.
1 year.
Yeah, but now I haven't really spent that much money on festivals. The first concert I'm going to is Jerusalem this
Yeah.
year. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I feel like this year I haven't gone to as many,
Yes,
but there's still
so
more to
you
come.
found your music taste through
Through
festivals
that,
you
yeah.
picked? Yeah.
So I think the artist I saw there was like, I think just the whole mood that, that like was
That a
set the
festival
whole
atmosphere
day.
can
The,
create,
yeah,
yeah.
the whole atmosphere
I think
at
it's a
a
very
festival.
inclusive atmosphere. Like you feel everyone's just there to enjoy
Yeah.
every part of it.
Yeah.
And like
No one
it's-
judges anyone.
no,
Everyone's
you can
just
wear whatever
loving
the
it.
fuck you
It's a
want.
good environment.
Exactly.
Everyone's hyping each other up as well. You're all screaming together.
Exactly.
crowd.
You're all there
Mosh.
just to have a good time. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
forget about life.
So do you have any artists, like even if they're not your favourite, but some that you enjoy?
Or even
reckon-
like who you're listening to right now.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
people you can't get enough of.
I reckon the one person that I like just always loved his music always is Hayden James.
Oh
yeah.
And like
BTS.
And he's
yeah.
getting so
He
much
brings
bigger
out
Oh,
now.
bops
yeah.
after bops.
Yeah,
like-
always. And he's
Can't go
amazing live as well.
Oh,
I think I've
yeah.
seen him about like 4 or 5 times now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like every time I see him, I'm like, I will never get
satisfied.
sick of you
That's
ever.
Is he Australian?
Yeah.
Same.
He's
I
actually
didn't know.
from Sydney.
Hashtag Hayden James.
I didn't know Rufus was Australian recently
yeah.
either.
Yeah.
Rufus was also one of the
Rufus
first
is fun.
concerts I
Yeah.
went to.
Was that this
Rufus is
year?
fun.
Did Rufus play Wollongong this year? Or last
Yeah,
year?
they did.
I think
this
I
year.
didn't see him this year. I've seen him.
But they're playing at a lot of festivals this year.
Yeah. So
Good
other
on
than
them.
Hayden James,
I
who
love
else?
Hayden James. Well, yeah, I love Rufus and my brain's gone blank. But anyway, Scissor, I love her.
Oh yes.
Far
Yeah,
out.
she's
Her
fun.
Splendor
Took
set
the words
was
right out of my
amazing.
That's rude. I didn't get to go to Splendor. But anyway,
mouth. Moving on.
moving on. That's about it.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you, Jules?
Well, I was like talking about this before with Anthony actually. So before like Spotify became a thing, right? I was always like that bitch who would illegally download
Oh yeah, everyone did.
through YouTube
what was
computer.
it called? PlayTube as
No,
well on your
YouTube.
phone.
Oh.
YouTube to MP3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. So I would always just like go on YouTube and find like I would start off by listening to whatever's on the radio, like the pop songs, and then once I like would go on YouTube and see one song and then would lead me to another video. That's how I kind of started to get more broad.
Yeah.
And then
I can so
after
relate to that, yeah.
and then after Spotify became a really big thing, I got onto it, and you know how they create all those playlists for you and like recommend artists.
Yeah, and you can
I'm
see
kind
the
of-
Discover
whole
Weekly.
playlist thing.
Discover Weekly's really
Yeah,
good.
and release radar. So
Yeah.
I really focused on those type of playlists, and then that's how I'm kind of like you. I don't really have a specific artist or genre that I listen to. I'm kind of like into everyone, if that makes sense. Like I can be really into rap one day and then really into EDM the other day, and then like just sad shit that
Oh
makes you
yeah,
want to
sad.
cry.
I have
yeah.
a playlist.
You know,
I have a sad playlist.
Yeah, everyone has a good old sad
Well,
playlist. So
Yeah.
The funny way I used to do when I was younger with YouTube to MP3, you know,
Yeah.
when like you would download the songs and like iTunes would have like the default like cover art for it. 'Cause, like,
Yeah.
I used to download the album cover.
to just put it to match it, I love that. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
A for
I was
effort.
bougie. I did.
That's so good.
It's a
And-
whole nother level
Yeah,
of
people-
effort.
yeah.
I could never be bothered doing that. I was just like, I just want the song.
I could barely be bothered to download music, let alone
Well, I
find
was
a
like,
cover.
because back in the days, you know, iTunes, you had to pay like $2.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing that. I am not that rich.
I
so.
have like 1,300 songs on Spotify. That would be
Yeah.
like almost $3,000 of
Yeah,
songs I have to pay
exactly.
for. Like,
So it
It's
adds
changed the
up.
game a lot.
Yeah, but I can definitely say Cesar is one of my really main artists that I love. And then I love Beyonce. Like it's always been an all-time thing, and like I don't care if people are like, oh, she's overrated. Like it's like
Same
it's
with
like
Taylor
Ariana
Swift
Grande.
and
Taylor
Ariana
Swift.
Grande.
Like I get it if you don't like her, but
You gotta
don't
respect
hate on
it.
her
You
and
gotta
like
respect
respect
it.
her
That's
because
the thing. Yeah, I think we can't bring down
Yeah.
any artist or it's good to have opinions.
Yeah.
exactly.
And it's
Yeah.
good to know what you like and you don't like. But as much as I'd probably say Beyonce, I wouldn't
Yeah.
listen to that
and
much.
I get that heaps,
But I can respect who she is
Yeah.
and what
Yeah.
she's done.
I just
She's
think
worked
she's
hard.
come
Yeah.
so far, and she's still doing stuff that many other people can't do or haven't
Yeah.
pulled off.
Yeah.
And so I just respect that a lot, and it's just been a thing since childhood. And then at the moment, I've also, I don't know, it's so hard. There's so many people I love, but like maybe Sticky Fingers, because they've come out with their new album, and
Yeah.
we're going to the concert, and I just can't wait to see.
And I know they're controversial.
Yeah.
And we can
Well,
get
wasn't the lead singer like a bit of a dick?
Well, yeah, he went through
Dylan Rumsey or
he
whatever?
went through a really rough
Yeah.
patch, and now I think this album is what
It's a recovery.
Yeah.
is what kind of proves them as, hey, we're still around, we still want to make music
It's
despite
just-
our
They
past.
have very loyal fans.
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
But also they're recognizing their mistakes in their songs, and I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah, and one of the things with Dylan as well, like I don't really know too much about it, but like his voice is fucking incredible.
How like
Do you
unique
guys
is
Yeah.
it?
do you guys like remember seeing the Cyclone video?
Yes,
Yeah.
Cyclone, I had that.
That's
on my
that's how
phone.
I actually fell in love with
I
it,
fell in
through
love
that
with
song.
him through Crush Your Soul.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought
Yeah.
like
That whole-
his
that's
high
my
notes,
favourite album.
his high notes now is
Yeah.
crazy. And I was like,
It's
how,
ridiculous.
like,
I remember
He's like
hearing
Australia's
Yeah.
little gem. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's pretty cool.
it's-
All right, your turn.
Yeah.
Lucky last.
So I remember for so many years just having to listen to whatever's on the radio, or my mum's a gym instructor, so whatever gym
Yes,
music
Kat.
she was playing in the car. And then at some point in high school, someone that I sat next to in class listened to lots of EDM, and they'd show me,
Like Flume and stuff.
yeah, Flume is probably what started it. And I would go on PlayTube and see that all the top playlists for different genres, like dance, EDM, alternative, and then I'd start to grab my music taste from there. And once I figured out that you can choose whatever music you want to listen to yourself, you don't have to just listen to what's
To
on the
one
radio.
thing.
Yeah.
It was an enlightening
Mind
time, you know.
blowing.
So
Well, to be honest, as cringe as this sounds, it really kind of does change your
it
life.
does.
And
yeah.
It
to
does.
discover all these other things that
Yeah.
you never were open to.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have definitely, like, I have songs that trigger memories for me.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so
year
true.
8 for me, year 7, year 8, I don't remember which one. Like, year 7, year 8 was Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites and Skrillex, because that was when dubstep was a thing.
Yeah, that
And
the
I-
whole electronic
I
music.
went-
I
I
reckon
went-
we'll definitely do a podcast
Yeah.
on music throughout
Yeah.
our time in
Yeah.
our life.
I went to an
Yeah.
all-boys school, so that was like,
Ooh.
you just walk past classes and hear people blaring that song like constantly for
Yeah.
Love
months.
it.
'Cause that was when Skrillex
So you
was
just
at its
remember
prime.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like, for whatever reason, like, our maths teacher, like, if you like were doing really well in class, I could give you like a pair of headphones you could wear during that class.
Oh,
to listen
yeah.
to music.
Yeah.
But they were really shit headphones.
But,
so
like, who
everyone,
cares?
Everyone could hear the music you were
Yeah.
playing. So I remember one time I just had Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites and repeat, and people paying me out. But like,
You know what? Fuck it.
fuck it, Scary
Yeah.
Monsters and Nice Sprites was a good song at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
so-
funny talking about like how you think it like changes your life because
It really does.
yeah, I remember like I was not interested in music at all. Like
No,
everyone
it
would
wasn't till you
constantly
find your own stuff
yeah,
that you
everyone
get
was
more
constantly
interested.
walking around with earphones and everything. I'm like, I don't
What are
get
they
the
doing?
big thing. Like,
Yeah. Why
what's
is this
with it?
cool?
Yeah, and then
Because all the cool kids in high school would do that, and
Yeah.
you were like, "Oh, I feel like
why?
a dweeb."
And then yeah, I went to listen out and like actually found my kind of style and just fell in love with it. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
It's clicked.
Exactly.
So,
And
yeah.
it does change your life. Like,
Oh, so true.
as cringe as like before, like I said, as cringe as it is, it really does change your life, because then even if your friend or someone else doesn't like that genre, you're still in your own little bubble and your own little world.
Yeah, so true. So,
Gotta say, so
Yeah.
we got Flume.
yeah. So from Flume, it then opened up to the whole Australian music industry. And then I discovered Australian artists, which I thought was so cool, like Cosmos Midnight. Their early
Yeah.
stuff.
We gotta respect the I can't fucking speak, the Aussie artists, because
That I'd say that's what genre, if that's even a
Yeah.
thing, what I would consider I listen to.
yeah.
So my top artist would be Gang of Youths, Cosmos Midnight, and probably Flume because of that early introduction to it. Like my first
And
Flume
Flume's come
concert.
far.
Oofed, I went with my mum to my first Flume concert, and it was
Amazing.
that was an experience and a half as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So before, like, what was interesting when we were touching on, like, you know, how we have certain memories associated with certain songs and whatever.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks back, I made a Reddit post which it actually got a fair bit of feedback and a lot of comments. So I had around 140 comments on it. And so my question was, what is that one song that makes you cry? So I'm
Oof.
sure everyone has one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep.
So I was talking about how, like, Supercut by Lord.
Oh my gosh,
God,
that is such a good
but-
song.
There's this one song that, like, it's very strange and it makes me cry, but it's just kind of funny. I look back and I laugh. But at the time,
That's good that you can do that.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the time, me and my ex, who we're back together now, but we broke up for, like, over Christmas.
Oh,
and
the worst time.
it was hard. But there was this one song that kept playing. If you guys know Ali X, she did a cover of Last Christmas.
Okay.
And that, A, it's a banger.
Yeah.
And B, that was like the song that I was listening to around Christmas. I wanted to get in a Christmasy mood. But then that was also when we got broke up. So I remember one time I was driving to uni and I don't think I was with you, Jasmine, but I was with one of my other mates, and that song came on. I started bawling.
Yeah.
Because, like, and like even to this day, like, it's so funny, but it's Last Christmas, but I just cry because it's not even
Yeah.
associated with Christmas to me. It's associated with the time we broke up.
Yeah.
So that's my one song. So Supercut makes me cry. Well, a lot of songs make me cry. But Supercut makes me cry. Last Christmas Makes You Cry. There's a fair few. I have a sad playlist, but
Yeah.
Don't we all?
yeah, if you can see like what's that one song
Got,
that
like,
makes you
God,
cry.
we sound depressing.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about
It's
it.
good.
We need it.
It's
So,
real.
Jasmine, what's your sad song?
Okay, so I have
I
two.
love that we're all looking at our Spotify
Yeah.
playlist
I'm
right
gonna
now.
remind myself.
Just so everyone
Sad
knows.
songs look out the window dramatically too. Here it is.
My playlist is another crying playlist because I'm a sensitive person.
Crying in the cinema for 20 minutes straight.
Kind of messing
Mine's
up my-
just memories.
Memories. Oh.
But it's not even something I've made, which makes me. This whole album makes me cry. Anyway,
yeah.
playlist.
So what's the one song that really hits you?
I've got two. One was, I don't know why, but when I was a kid, my dad used to always sing to me, "You Are My Sunshine."
Aww.
This is
Always.
really wholesome.
Yeah, and like when I was a baby, pretty much, and my dad used to tell me he would sing it to me while he was putting me to sleep, and I'd sit there sobbing, and like continuously whenever
Like a happy
I hear,
cry or a sad
I don't know.
It's just a cry.
I think just like it.
she just
Maybe you
needed
just
to
hate the
release.
sun. Maybe you just hate the sun.
She just needed to
Just
release
like
some
the one.
emotions.
No, I think it was like a happy cry, but
Okay.
like not. I don't know.
Like
it was,
the-
it's just not that full like emotional like oh my god I'm dying cry.
Yeah.
So there's that, and like even to this day, every time I hear it, I like get a little bit emotional.
Yeah.
That and then 20 something by SZA.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know.
In the feels.
And like it's not even like a big emotional.
Yeah, it's not
thing.
like that sad, but it
It
kinda
just the
still-
memories that
yeah.
come with it,
Yeah.
and like
And I think
Saxon,
that's it. I think it's
unfortunately.
like certain lyrics just trigger certain memories, not even like the whole song. itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
100%.
like "Need You" by Flat Facilities. If you guys ever heard
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
That's like that
It's a
song's
boppy song.
It's a boppy song, but it's
but-
literally about
Yeah.
like literally someone like I need you. Like
Yeah.
please don't break up with me. Like I need you. And it's just so like I'm not. It's not. That's not pathetic, but it's like they're so like just broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sad, but it's
Well,
like it's such a
yeah.
bop. Oh, I bop that any day.
See, 20 something, it's a bit like you, Saxon. When my ex and I broke up, that was like our song, and then like
Then it
every time I've
became-
listened to that, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I miss that,
Yeah.
but like, wow. So yeah, that's me. How about you?
All right. Well, there's so many. Like I have 3 crying playlists.
Oh, yeah.
So there's at least 100 songs in each. But when I remember one day before I really got into Billie Eilish, I kind of like didn't really know what kind of genre she was or what she like really focused on. Like I only knew like her popular songs,
Yeah.
whatever was like bouncing off at the time. And then when she released When the Party's Over,
Yeah.
Oh,
the first time I heard it, I just like my eyes started watering up. Not even like halfway through the song, just as soon as it started, like it was just so beautiful. And I feel like anytime, or like I feel like all of these could relate, even like the listeners, but anytime you go to a party, there's always that one party where you do just feel alone.
yeah.
New
Like
Year's
no
Eve.
matter,
I think that's
no matter
the
if
worst
all your
feeling.
best friends are there, no matter if like your bitches are there, like it doesn't matter. Like there's
Feeling
still
alone in a crowd
in a
is
crowd.
probably the most depressing
Yeah.
feeling ever.
And I feel like we've all been there, and so I
Yeah.
was just in that headspace at the time, and I was just like bawling to that song
Yeah.
anytime it'd come on.
Well, I
But
just
then-
remember. Yeah, I remember me and you, Jasmine. We went to a party together, and I just broke up with and
Yeah,
then
and that
Jasmine was
song.
there,
Big mood.
and then I was just like, oh, so there he is. Like,
yeah.
and we both went to the same party, so
Yeah.
it's great
Yeah.
times. Sweet
And
beats.
then there's, I don't know if you guys, everyone knows Post Malone, but I find that his first album, what was it called? Like, not the recent one that he's released.
Not Beer Bombs Medley, the other one.
Yeah. Well, the one that pretty much started his career.
What had Rockstar on it? Was that Beer Bombs?
It had like White Iris on.
Yeah. Congratulations, all of those.
Yeah, what was it
Oh,
called?
Stony?
Stony, I
yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah. So at the time, I had never really listened to him, and then my ex-boyfriend was like, "Hey, like no one really listens to this song on his album. Like I think you'd like it." And it's the most depressing song. It's called "Feeling Whitney," and I think it's when Post Malone either broke up with someone and was like asking them to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now, anytime that song comes up, it's like my situation with my ex, and it just hits deep, and it's the tears come
God,
out.
we're all hitting us.
I know. It's getting pissed.
All right.
Sorry if any of our exes watch this.
I know.
or listen.
Love you all. Maybe you don't know about you guys, but
They probably hate us.
you know what? Like, I swear we're nice people.
I know, my ex can go fuck himself.
We're just like Jules and I. We miss you. Saxon, fuck you.
He was a psychopath. He stalked me.
All right, we're not going to
Anyway,
get into the
anyway,
details,
yeah.
but that I don't want to say anymore because then I might cry. But your turn,
On to Anthea.
Anthea.
I would. It's so hard. Hey,
It
there's
is
so many.
hard.
I'd have to say. Have you guys heard of Samfer? He's a
Yeah.
UK artist.
Yeah.
He's very great and talented. But he's been
Be
through.
like, he's very gorgeous.
He's very-
Rip that out.
too, but he has definitely been through a lot in his life, and his whole album, it's called Process. It's a lot to do with his mum passing away. I'm pretty sure that both his parents actually have passed away, and it's one song on the album. The whole album's sad, but one song in particular, it's called Incomplete Kisses.
Oh.
It's just
Even the
title.
title. Yeah, so, and when I first found that album, I was obviously going through a sad time as well, and I just would listen to the album falling asleep every night. And if you have listened to the album, you should anyway if you haven't, but lots of the sounds in it are quite odd and sort of sci-fi-ish. That's my best way of explaining it. And I don't know why, but they'd put me in this weird dream state where I was dreaming all this weird shit. I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
this, but yeah, I just would remember waking up to hearing that song and crying about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
such a powerful
that's like
song.
with the odd sounds. It's Lord Hard Feelings /
Yeah.
Loveless. That
Yeah.
little bit at the end where it's like the
the
weird, like it's like it sounds like
Instrument,
can't even
metal, like
describe it.
metal
that's how-
bending. Like
Yes,
that's like I
yeah.
remember like again like that's a sad song, but it's like it's
It
so
also hits the feelings.
it hits
like,
the
little
feelings
things
because
that.
it's not even it shouldn't be something that you should be sad
Yeah,
about, but like
it is.
you feel. I think the whole thing was that you feel so lost when you first break up with someone. I think
Yeah.
you feel like what's my purpose? What am I doing now? And like
Yeah.
that kind of strange sound of like.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really getting deep.
No, yeah, but
You
just like
can
the strange
even-
sound of like it's so ethereal.
Yeah.
So
that's the word.
but it's
That's
like so
the
it's
word.
like
It's not.
You
like,
can't
Have
it's
you-
not a normal
Have
thing.
you guys ever cried at a live show
Oh yeah.
yeah.
during a sad
Well, when
song
I
as
saw
well?
Billie Eilish,
I was
Yeah.
crying throughout the entire
I-
Teresa.
it's
I
tough.
at Laneway earlier this year when I saw Gang of
Georgia
Youth
Smith.
perform, I was with. You were there with me,
Yeah.
Julia, but
Well, I hope
also,
you remember.
it's a bit hard when it comes to festivals now. But seeing David LePepe shake his hips, but then get really deep and personal, on Magnolia even. Do you listen to Gang of Youth at all?
No, I've heard
But
about
I know
Oh,
that song. You've
Yeah,
described it.
the
to
lead
me.
singer has been through a lot as well, and lots of depression and suicidal things in his life. And
We're really getting.
yeah,
Yeah.
and just hearing that song live, I couldn't help but cry.
Yeah, and it's
And
crazy
it felt
how,
good though. It felt good to
Yeah.
get those
yeah,
tears
it's
out.
crazy how
Yeah.
live performances can also change your life as much as the music itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can be so different to how you're listening it through your earphones. Like,
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
it sort of feels like you know them.
I
Even when
know,
it's a
yeah.
really sad song, it's like you're relating with them, even though they're obviously like 10 times more famous than
Yeah.
you, or like you've never spoken to them or met them.
Earlier
And
this
it's
year, I
that connection.
saw Hosier at the Opera House, and the sound in the Opera House is something else.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And
So,
they have like
yeah.
proper acoustic,
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
it's crazy.
I
Like
saw
that was
it.
my first thing I've seen
Yeah.
there.
I saw a Desert.
Yeah.
That was
great.
good.
Just the
Oh, that
sound
would be
in
Oh,
there.
sorry, not a Desert. Sorry, Disclosure.
Just
Oh,
can't
we're
wait
seeing
to see
her at
this
field
come
day.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hearing it touches you in a different way when it's that loud, intense sound where you can actually feel your body being moved by the bass
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of I think like artists. It sounds bad, but I think a lot of artists do create great music when they are depressed or they are suicidal, which
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
fucked up. But
Yeah, or even going through something
Like-
tough. That's when
It just shows the realness of the
Yeah.
human experience.
Human
Yeah.
nature.
Because
That-
we all go through tough times.
Like the best example I think is Lana Del Rey, who
Oh,
is
yeah.
an
Her new
incredible.
I haven't listened to the album
it's
yet.
She's
It's one of. I think it's one of her best.
Yeah, it probably is one of the best. It's most like songwriting
She's
wise.
just so raw.
Yeah, it's very raw, and like the way she writes her songs and just her songwriting and
Yeah.
like the little things she puts in is crazy. But like people is like it's good because she's already
I
announced.
think she's still so underrated.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many
Hopefully
more
this
people.
album is the one that
Yeah.
like because I feel like she definitely paved the way in a lot of ways. Like
Yeah.
she was actually going to retire after Born to Die
Yeah.
because people were just criticizing her and like it's like, oh, you know, like she's so like because she's like whole like Americana and like
Yeah.
very different.
Moody
but
and-
like nowadays you have people like Billie Eilish who people love, and it's like how come
I
she
think
kind of
Billie Eilish was the supporting act for Lana Del Rey. That's how
Think so.
Billie also got a
I
lot
think so
more popular.
because yeah, and I feel like people now back then were like so like against like the whole moody like alternative
Yeah.
like different thing, but then
It wasn't
now
normal.
but nowadays you have Billie Eilish who's so like
Yeah.
supported. So I feel like in a lot of ways she paved the way for that kind of thing
Yeah, that genre or
Yeah.
that style. I
because
really get
she's
that.
incredible songwriter.
Yeah.
If she definitely comes back on tour, we'll go.
Yeah.
Because I love her so much. She's beautiful. Love Lana.
So I like that for our intro podcast we've
We really
gotten
discussed
straight
it.
into it.
Yeah.
So, I guess we've kind of talked about. Well, I guess everyone could now get a little bit of a sense as to what each one of us really likes and how emotional we can
This
get.
is just the beginning, obviously. It's going to get
Yeah.
a lot
Next
deeper.
episode made me crying.
or screaming.
So I reckon everyone should let us know how they got into their kind of
Yeah.
genre and music, and
Comment
also
below.
that one song that makes you cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
Just-
all deep and personal with
Yeah.
us and have a little
Let us know.
cry.
Maybe cry and listen to it and comment it at the same time.
So it's
that would
real
be
emotional.
iconic.
Yeah.
Tears on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Send in a video of it.
Yes.
Thanks for having this talk, guys.
Yeah,
Getting
we'll see
down.
you. We'll see you.
We'll see you.
See you. I guess you'll be hearing us on Mood.
Hopefully we'll see you in the comments.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
stay
hope you enjoyed
tuned
this
and
little vid.
We'll be back next week.
yeah.
Yeah.
ya.
Thanks. See ya.